Hey folks, welcome to Friday's market wrap up here at TGO Topkin Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And folks, I'm going to be the MC, Master of Ceremonies tomorrow. I'm also going to be presenting. I think I'm at noon tomorrow. I'm presenting. I don't know what time I'm speaking. Noon tomorrow. Come join us. It's a free day of live trade briefs. Ala, Steve, me, AJ, and Steven. We're going to be talking throughout the day, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern and ending around 3 p.m. You really need to attend, folks. Where are we going? We've had this kind of rip-your-face-off Fed relief rally, and now we've really run out of airspeed, and we're waiting for earnings. Earnings are going to be the big deal. So come for, like I said, free event tomorrow, Saturday, the 12th. Go ahead and register here. go.topkinoptions.com/event. And like I said, it's a free event. Make sure you attend. It's going to be a good time. A lot of 500-pound heads here that are going to be speaking about where we believe the economy is going next. More importantly, the market and what targets of opportunity we're looking at in not only in the short term but also down the road, kind of strategically for 2019. I'm going to introduce kind of my new, kind of come up with a different acronym for each year. In 2019, it's FIROC, Fed. Well, you know what? Never mind. You're going to have to come tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what FIROC means. You got to register. So head to go.topkinoptions.com/event and grab your free slot. Let's kind of do a strategic brief here, folks. U.S.-China trade fight shakes global economy. It isn't bad for all bystanders. I'm going to tell you one of the bystanders where we've been printing money on in a couple minutes. But so the trade talks, guys. U.S.-China make progress, but what? Major hurdles remain. Yes, folks. And like I told you this week, even if China agrees to stop stealing our intellectual property, do you think that's worth the paper it's written on? So I get it. The market's kind of trading on headline. We call it headline risk, right? Or headline. The market's trading on headline. I get if these dudes, first of all, these are deputy secretary under reserve chief guys. All they're doing is kind of laying the groundwork for what? The next round of heavies to meet, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, Commerce Secretary Will Ross, or Lighthizer, or Peter Navarro. Then what happens? Then you got to get the President, Xi, and Trump together to try and ink something. So this ain't happening anytime soon. And you know, kind of like FXI, the iShares China ETF. Just got done a coaching session where we were talking about this. But look at this run the FXI has had of late. Nice 7-day run, hit the middle of this 50-day moving average. I think the FXI is ready to sell off here. We've been doing some great bearish trading on FXI lately, and I think after these dudes announce when the next talks are, we're not going to hear any good news on the on trade for a while here. Where's the best bystander? Down south, Brazil. Bolsonaro, the new president, the Trump of the tropics. The guy's doing great. Great inauguration speech. Was it earlier in this week? Last week? Great speech, man. Love the guy. Think he's going to do some good work for our friends down in Brazil. Great trade. I think there was the inauguration and nice pop. The ETF is up 14% since the dude gave his inauguration speech, and we got into it right here, right around the runoff elections. I said, man, this guy's good. And since then, it's up 33%. Great looking trades. Really looking forward to hearing some good news out of Brazil. So stocks are kind of wallowing around here. Stocks slip, but still on track for weekly gains. Nice, solid gains in the market. I'm going to tell you these gains are built on nothing. Very, very low volume rally here, folks. I got to be honest with you. This is little old lady in tennis shoes. This is mom and pop trading. This is not institutional buying. I can tell you for a fact. Aren't too many people jumping in with both feet here. I briefed you on what Bill Blaine. He ain't no babe in the woods. Bill Blaine earlier said this Fed-induced rally is feeling long in the tooth, and we got something really, really big on the radar coming next week. Earnings season off to a what start? A dismal start. There's a lot of warnings, guidance, bad forward guidance, and mass layoffs, folks. American Airlines got slaughtered the other day. Delta, Macy's, Apple, you name it, man. This is not setting up to be a good earnings period. The last earnings period was phenomenal. Companies were reporting epic numbers, and what happened? Nothing. Stock, not nothing. They actually sold off. So you're going to tell me that if they report crappier earnings than last time, the market's going to rally? Come on now, use your thinking brain, man. So we got earnings coming next week, and we got a lot of volatility ahead. We briefed this week the concept known as backwardation, where front month volatility VIX futures are a hell of a lot more expensive than the back months backwardation, right? So that's saying the market expects a hell of a lot more volatility going forward, and I absolutely agree with this. So, again, we heard from the Fed chief. It seems like the dude's been on the TV, hell, more than Jim Cramer. The guy's been all over the TV trying to say that now they are data dependent, right? Well, the data that this guy's been citing has been pretty good. So if the data are good, he's most likely going to raise interest rates. So, folks, I be careful what you wish for, because I think we're going to get that. Great article in the Wall Street Journal today about Starbucks. This is another limousine liberal stock that I briefed you on whenever it was, what's his name, Schultz, when that idiot turned his once good company into the world's largest bathroom and needle exchange. Employees, they've demanded that the intinstall, you ready for this? Starbucks. Install needle boxes, syringes. 3 employees in Seattle are suing the company. They got stuck by these syringes. They're taking anti-HIV drugs, or they're in fear of their life. So this is what happens to limousine liberal stocks. Facebook, Twitter, even Apple, Starbucks. This guy turned his company into a needle exchange and restroom and left, and it sucks. What awful. Hey, man, I'm Gordon Gekko. When you invest, you want to be Gordon Gekko from Wall Street. You want to do good, twinkle toes, put on your green tights and sprinkle pixie dust. Take your company private. But for the shareholders, this is an absolute disgrace to treat your company like this. Awful. And then, of course, the guy did that, and then he resigned a week later and ran off into the distance. Good job. So this is what happens to limousine liberal stocks. Look at their 1-year performance. I told you to dump this thing. Look at this. That's almost flat. It's down 0.5%. So you invested in this thing a year ago. A year later, you made nothing. I told you this. I predicted this. I told you this was going to happen. I was right. Apple. A week ago, Tim Cook gets on TV and said things are awful. Yesterday, or whenever it was, he gets on TV with Jim Cramer and said the exact opposite of everything he said the week before. And you wonder why people just can't stand Wall Street. China isn't Apple's only problem. iPhone sales are collapsing. The same day Tim Cook was on TV repairing everything he said the week before, they slashed their iPhone production for the second time in 2 months, guys. Apple's, their services numbers are imploding. I told you to get out of Apple a year. I used to be super huge Apple bull. A year ago, that was it. I dumped it. I said, get out of every FANG except Amazon. They're going to implode. And I was right. Zuckerberg wrote, he went on Fantasy Island the other day and wrote this pedantic personal challenge. Dude, you're a CEO. Get to work for making money for your shareholders. You're another Peter Pan. You want to do good, take your company private and do whatever the hell you want with it. As a public company, if you don't start making money for your shareholders, you're going to get sued for breaking your fiduciary duty. Just an awful company. Told you to get bearish on Facebook. It's a absolute shit show. Look at Facebook. Let's take a look at the 1-year performance of Facebook. Oh, yeah, I told you to get out of it here or to short it, and the stock is down 23%. I got laughed at, folks. Last fall when I told you to bail out of this thing, people were laughing at me at social media. All the people that laughed at me at social media and in some of these videos. I remember, you can scroll back to a year ago, some of these YouTube comments. I told you, and some of you said, I'll check in with you a year from now. How you doing? How you doing, bullish on Facebook, Mr. Idiot? Down 23%, and it's going lower from here. The guy is an awful CEO. He is the only way Facebook really survives in any way, shape, or form is if he goes. And guess who the biggest shareholder is? Him. You think he's going to fire himself? Like attorneys say about people who defend themselves, they have idiots for clients. Right? Well, he's got an idiot for a CEO. The dude needs to go. So, all right, guys, I got another coaching rally, but the market really is approaching a tipping point. This is a key checkpoint where shorts might get squeezed out and exhausted. I think During earnings, we're going to pull back to this 2,500 level. During our live trade briefs this week, we took a look at getting long some hedges using SDS, which is the ProShares Ultra Short, and also getting long volatility using a proxy that is called VXX. So we're looking if this market rolls over next week, our hedges are positioned and our sales are positioned appropriately for the win conditions. So we're having a good time here at Top Gun Options. Kind of got a weekly options trade, a bear call spread on EWZ that isn't going to look too good. But yesterday I put on a bull put spread that's going to take some of the sting out of that EWZ. But again, I am happy EWZ went up. Well, wait a minute. Wiz, aren't you losing money on a weekly options trade? Yeah, I am. But I am printing money based on the Jan 21 trade that I put on right there, right here. So that's why, I remind our folks you should not be doing front month trades in names that you don't have a long on. So if this happens, you are pleasantly surprised. You're not super upset that you lost money because in actuality, you're still making money. Okay? So good week here at TGO. Like I said, join us for that. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, that full day of live trade briefs. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/event and grab your seat. I think we got like 800, 900 people. I think the room tops out at 1,000 guys. So as soon as you watch this video, close it and go register because if you get an error that says the room's full, folks. I don't know if I still haven't made a decision as to whether or not we're going to send out the replay because folks that register take up somebody's seat, and if you don't show up, somebody could have showed up that wanted to watch it live. Okay, so please make sure you register for the event and at least show up for one of them. Okay, because we're going to go on throughout the day. All right, so have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge and God bless, and I'll see many of you on Monday in our weekly options live trade brief. We'll see you.